Hey guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today we're having a look at the ARL V39, the Tier 6 French tank destroyer, which has quite a bad reputation as being one of the worst tanks in the game. So we're going to be having a look, seeing exactly why that might be, and how I would recommend driving the thing. So we'll have a look at the quick stats. 610 hit points. You know, not bad for Tier 6, nothing special. And speed limit 42 is quite good actually for this tank. You can cut about quite easily. It's not like a big immobile tank destroyer, so that's good for relocating and whatnot. Armour is a big downfall for this thing, it really is. 60 at the front and the rear, 40 at the sides, and on top of all that it's got this massive weak spot at the top, so there's going to be no sticking your nose over the crest of a hill and taking a shot, because the first thing they're going to see is this. Not good at all. So yeah, you're not going to be bouncing anything really. I mean, once in a blue moon you might bounce something, but do not rely on it at all. Pretty much everything that hits you is going in. So moving on from the armour, we'll take a look at the selection of guns. And you actually get a choice of 5 in this thing, although not the greatest. You start off with a tier 3 gun, which is just horrendous as a stock gun. 68 pen is just not going to cut it at all at tier 6. I mean, I've got a game for you. The first game I played in this was with this gun, and you're really looking at penetrating Hellcats, and that's about it. So you start with a crappy stock gun. These 3 guns you've actually unlocked on previous tanks, so you should have these depending on your choices for the S35CA. You didn't need to unlock the 105, but I would recommend you do unlock it in the S35CA, because it's the same gun at tier 5, it's just great. So yeah, your main choices are going to be this 90mm top gun, and this 105. And my choice was the 105. So we'll just discuss why that was. Comparing the two, the rate of fire, slightly better on the 90mm, nothing greatly better, you know, it's not even half a round a minute more, so not a great difference there. Really, when I'm comparing these two, for this tank, I'm looking at 2 stats in particular, and that's the penetration and the aiming time. We'll discuss the aiming time in a second. But the penetration, for the 105mm you've got 165. Now you need to remember this is tier 6 we're talking about, so the highest thing you're going to meet is tier 8, and 165 is more than adequate for tier 6 in my opinion. The 90mm does bump it up to 212, and that's going to help you a great deal. I mean, going up against tier 8s with 212mm of penetration, not a problem, should be fine with anything. The only difference being it's not a great, you know, it doesn't make any difference for tier 6 and tier 7 really. You're still going to be perfectly fine with the 105mm, with this 165mm of penetration. It's perfectly adequate, so you shouldn't have too much of an issue penning stuff. And in tier 8 games you're really just looking for weak spots and flanking shots, you know, shoot things on the side. You really won't have too much of a problem with it. The damage between the two, again, 105 has actually got bigger alpha damage with 300 compared to 240, so again, preference for the 105 there. Accuracy is better on the 90mm, but not by a great deal. And the aiming time. Now, the reason this is an issue, or this is one of my considering factors for this, is the arc of fire on the ARL V39 is horrendous. It's really terrible. If you're following a tank at distance and you're aiming, soon enough your gun will reach the edge of your arc of fire and you'll need to turn your tank so you can get shots on him again. And then you need to start the aiming process all over again. So with tanks with a really narrow arc of fire, aiming time is a big consideration. And the 105mm has less. It's still terrible. 2.3 seconds, it's a nightmare. This aiming time is going to cost you shots. So I would recommend going with the 105 because the 90mm actually bumps it up to 2.9 seconds for aiming time. And to be honest, going much worse than this just it doesn't appeal to me at all. So my recommendation for guns, use the 105, don't use the 90mm. I don't feel like you need the improvements it's got. It's not a good trade-off to get these improvements for, well, over half a second longer on the aiming time. It's just going to cost you a lot of shots. So yeah, I would definitely go with the 105. And right, other factor with the guns, starting with this tier 3, the problem with it is you've got these 3 unlocked, but you can't actually mount them on the tank until you unlock the tracks, and the tracks cost over 5000 XP. That's a bit of an issue, because grinding 5000 XP with that tier 3 gun doesn't seem like a good idea. That's going to take you a while. So what I done, I actually used free experience to unlock this, to unlock these tracks so I could get the bigger guns. Seemed like the best way to go. So, with that said, got a couple of games for you, a couple of replays. First one using this gun, the tier 3, just to give you an idea of how it performs with the stock gun. And then I'll show you my Ace Tanker game.
Time to roll out.
So here we are, my very first game in the ARL V39. It actually took me quite a while to get round to doing this. If you go back on my channel, you'll be able to find videos for all the French tank destroyers previously, from tier 5 and down. And that's because I'd done those months ago, when there was a special on the French tank destroyer line. Got all the way through them up to the tier 6, actually bought this thing, and then never played it, because I'd heard such bad things about it and how much of a terrible tank it was. So yeah, finally got around to doing it. It just, well, last month. Yeah, I think I kind of started grinding it for the IS-6 anyone mission, which I ended up not doing in the end. But anyway, back to the game in hand. Just sticking about the middle, sticking about our base and seeing if we can get a nice position overlooking the middle, and we do see a Hellcat. Get a shot on it. And a second. And I was going to say he missed, but he was actually firing HE by the looks of it, because he done 15 damage to us. The low tiers, just things don't make sense. So yeah, quite lucky that Hellcat was only firing HE, otherwise that would have been at least a third of her health gone. We'll just pull back, play defensive, and we're keeping our eye on this guy, because we know with this tier 3 gun, Hellcat is one of the few things we'll actually be able to pen. Anyway, here we go, come back round, get shots on his side. And pick up the kill. Yep. Not too shabby. So there we go, we got a kill. Rather unexpected, I have to say, with this tier 3 gun. But hey. So now we're just kind of dancing about the middle, looking to see if there's anywhere we can actually be effective with this thing. And I'll just speed this up slightly, because I do believe it goes on for a while. Yeah, we decide to come down and go through the riverbed, see if we've got shots up there, but we don't. So we'll carry on under the bridge here, see if we can get flanking shots on any of these guys over here. They have got a tank into our base, but there's nothing we can do about that now. We'll just carry on our merry way. And what have we got? We've got a friendly KV-1 and a friendly Type 58. Whoa! Flat Panzer out of nowhere, so we'll take side shots on him. Unfortunately, with the low damage output in this gun, we only leave him on 11 health. Bit of a shame. And then a PZ4/5. So this is a good example for you of why you shouldn't engage tanks face to face. Not a good idea. Your armour will do nothing for you. And there we go. So that was the end of my first game. and an example of the tier 3 gun. Doesn't pay in much more than Hellcats, so there you go. So here we go guys, we've got a standard battle on highway, and this map's actually getting changed in patch 8.11, so it will no longer be as it is. I do believe there are more buildings. The town is being extended in a kind of reverse L shape down here, I believe. Kind of give the south spawning side more of a chance to get into town, because it is just kind of not fair at the moment at all. So yeah, that'll be a good change. So we're playing kind of defensively here, and we'll get 2 medium tanks from the enemy going down the middle. So we'll take aim at the T-3485. You can see the length of the aiming time there actually meant we had to take a shot in order to get ours off, and we actually got hit just in the big weak spot on the top of the tank. Not much chance of hiding that, I'm afraid. So we'll just stay in the reverse of the hill here, and I'll look down these train tracks, see if we can catch anybody crossing. And this is kind of your primary role in this tank, is just sniping. And ooh, KV2 gets across. I do hate that about the spotting mechanic. It's like, if this was the real world, I would see it crossing, I'd be able to take that shot. But in World of Tanks it appears when it's already halfway across. So yeah, we'll just have to sit here, play defensively, see what shots we can get. I don't think we actually get anything for a while, so I will speed this up. There we go, Wolverine shows up over here, so we'll go and deal with him. Like I say, the armour on this tank is terrible, as we've seen in the last game, so getting involved in a fight where you're going to be trading shots is not the best idea. No clue how that one actually missed. It looked like it was going straight in. At the worst, it was going to hit the back of the Wolverine's turret, but no, it missed. But here we go. Aim, 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 fire up. Like, aiming's not too bad when it's only 200 metres away, but at longer ranges you definitely feel it. Unfortunately we can't pick off the KV2, someone else got him before we were reloaded. And now looking at the south of town, we've got 2 enemy tier 7 heavy tanks, but we've got 2 of our own tier 7 heavy tanks, plus 2 tier 5 heavy tanks. So as long as that's all that's there for the enemy, we should be okay. Hopefully. Only problem is one of them is T29. We will take shots at the side of his turret, but it wasn't perfectly straight on the side. You know, he was aiming slightly towards us, so it was enough of an angle to bounce our shot. We've also got an SU-100 for the enemy coming up there, so we'll see if we can get shots on anybody. Still got shots on the side of the Tiger here, but nothing brilliant. Taking our shot at the T29, but again, it's a long range, 458 metres, and, you know, not perfectly flat surface. SU-100 we can get a shot on though. Scare him back down the hill. And I'd rather shoot at that Tiger. That was really a bad shot on my part. As you can see, we've got someone from the enemy made their way into our base. But I kind of just not getting luck with that T29, but that's him cleared up now. SU-100 we might be able to clean up. Questionable. Tiger's coming up, so we'll see if we can get him. Get a shot at him. Brilliant. And base is in trouble, but I was of the mindset here I kind of want to help this south flank push and get going before I turned around to defend, but my hand was kind of forced here when a T1 heavy showed up quite close to me. Fortunately it hadn't seen me by the looks of it, so we can try and clean him up and then head back to base. Left him on 11 health, not good, so we're going to take a hit for that, and unfortunately take another one in the face as we come over here, but we can clean up the T1 heavy. and then start going back to base. And I've lost everything. It's down to 4 tanks v 4 tanks. Artillery wants a piece of me. Take a blind shot at the T20, just hoping we would get lucky, but no such joy. So we continue on our way back to base. It's just me and an AMX-12T for defence. The T20's in perfect cover for me. So I'm guessing he knows I'm here, or is just guessing this is where the defence is going to come from. So we'll sneak round, try and get a shot on him. Got plenty of time. And fortunately for us, he's looking at the MX-12T by the looks of it. So we get a shot on him, back off into cover whilst we reload. And then aim for him. He's coming round to meet us just as we've reloaded. So it was very nice of him to give us that kill. Now we'll just reverse again, try and dodge artillery. Always something you want to be doing when there's still artillery on the field. And now it's just their tier 7 tank destroyer. So we need to go hunting for him. And best bet I think is just head through the middle. Oh, there we go. He was coming up to help the T20 by the looks of it, so we'll just continue driving around. Get our angles of attacks in different areas. Artillery was shooting where I was going, but I did turn. It's a shame we didn't have more time there. We could have aimed at his tracks and tracked him in place, but need to keep going, and now we need to try and dodge a shot. Reverse, there we go, managed to do it successfully. It's always a great feeling when you can pull that one off. Turn around and finish him off with a kill. So there we go, 4 kills. Not too shabby, it's just us down to dealing with the artillery. So, there you go. The ARL V39, you can do stuff in this tank. It's not totally terrible and horrible. You still have the ability to do stuff because it does have a good gun. It's just the arc of fire that lets it down. With that aiming time, rather. Yeah, I suppose not so much the arc of fire, just the aiming time. And there we go. Find the artery, but we put a shot over his head because we took it a little bit too early. So we'll just try and dodge his shot. Lands in front of us, but we've driven too far down this hill and we don't have a shot anymore. So there we go, 4 kills. Not too bad. So there you go guys, as you can see that was enough to pick up my ace tanker for that game, and we also managed to pick up a defender medal. Always nice when that one happens. And when we look at our damage, we've done 2,748. Quite nice for a tier 6 tank destroyer. Credits, we did have a premium account at this time. We got 39,900, so 40,000 after paying for repairs and restocking. Not too bad. And just in case anyone was wondering, the base XP for this is 1,185. So that's what I needed to get my ace tanker in the ARL V39. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, greatly appreciated. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will catch you on the next one.